everyone? Silver Conundrum here. I'd like to talk to you today about two things. First, this coin that you see in front of you is a Mortal Kombat coin, third in the series, 3/9 fine, from the Isle of Niue. This right here coin is one of those coins that I believe represents what's going on around us. The economy is playing games with us, the markets are playing games with us, and it's almost like they're trying to be like the old saying, finish him! Meanwhile, we are going to be the ones who deal the final blow. Us silver collectors and stackers, we're going to be the ones who are clearing the shelves and trying to keep the comics from getting their hands on as much physical silver as they can. Meanwhile, we are the ones who are physically holding it. So, I want to talk to you guys today about the markets and getting our priorities straight. So first thing I want to talk about is silver closed today at $22.70 an ounce. That is extremely good in my opinion. It's a lot better than what a lot of people are speculating. However, a lot of people think that come Monday they might get smacked down by the banks. I'm not a speculator, I don't know. However, if it does, let's take advantage of it. If it doesn't, then let's keep on keeping on. So let me put some things in perspective for you guys with what's going on in America and around the world. And then let's put that in context with what we see going on with the entire globe just printing money like it's going out of style. So let's start off right now with the Dow. The Dow is down by 0.68%. The S&P is down by 0.62%. And the NASDAQ is down by almost an entire percent. That is not looking good for us, guys. That is something that's very scary. And if our economy keeps going down, they may start just printing more money like they did the first go around. That's not something we want to see. And as far as the world markets go, this is something that we may want to look at also. Because our world markets, man, the Shanghai is at $128.34 down. The Nikkei is $132 down. Now, mind you, this is per share. The Hang Seng is down $557 per share. And the DAX is down $265 a share. Now, with all that going on, with what we see going on in front of us, there's a whole lot more. So, let's put some more of this in perspective for us. Okay? Around the globe, guys, this is just around the globe. Almost every single market in Asia is down. As far as Europe goes, Europe is down as soon as my internet connection picks up. Europe is down in almost every single market. So the FTSE is down. The DAX is down, the Hang Seng is down, the Shanghai is down, the Nikkei is down. As far as South America, the Brazil Bovespa is up actually, but not by much. So let this sink in, guys. The economy around us and the world as we know it is going down. Meanwhile, we keep collecting silver and silver prices are going up. So, just before, I should say, just after they passed this first stimulus check, and I went around and asked a lot of my local farmers, mom and pop shops, big box stores. I'm a small town, so I get to know all of these people on a personal level. And I asked them all at a different time or two, what would they take if the dollar ever hit a point of no return? Would they take, I don't know, let's say, would they take silver, gold, barter, trade services? Say, for example, if you don't know what a trade service is, if I'm a welder or I am a plumber and you need plumbing work done, I come over, I do X amount of hours of labor for you, and you give me vegetables or food or whatever I may need. Or would they be willing to do any combination thereof? So, when I went to all these people and I asked them, I'm going to start off with the big box store. And I asked the manager of the big blue box store, I cannot say the name, and I'm not talking about the hardware store because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. I asked him, I said, hey, if I was to come in here and, I don't know, the dollar was worthless, what would you let me get? I mean, mind you, I don't have a lot of anything. I have some silver. And he looked at me and he goes, it all depends on what I've got. So I pulled out of my pocket a silver eagle and a generic silver round. And he told me flat out that he wasn't very familiar with the silver round because he doesn't know if he could trust it or not. The silver eagle, on the other hand, he said he knows about them, but he said there's too many fakes coming in through China, and he knows that, well, if you can't tell a fake from a collector, well, you don't know if you can tell a fake from somebody else. So he pretty much said those two are out of the question. And then I showed him these three little coins. And he told me that he's never seen these two before, so he wouldn't know if he would take them. If he would take them or not. Now this one, he said he knows that one's silver, and he knows it's an American quarter because it's got all of our markings on it. So with that being said, out of all those coins, the only one that he would trust would be this. Would be any money that is backed by the federal government. That is pre-64. Now, take that in consideration. This is a big box store, okay? And the only thing he'd be willing to take is this little fella right here. He wouldn't take the eagle. He would not take generic silver. And he would not take these two because he's never seen them before. And he said that they just don't look right to him. And even though they may be American currency, that, again, he doesn't know enough about them to take them. But he would work with this. Now, I went around to a few mom and pop stores and they all said the same thing to me. Now, the mom and pop stores were more interested in these two fellers right here. Mostly this one. Now, the old man I was talking to at the boot store, which is also the feed and seed store, is where you get your fertilizer, your animal feed, your seeds for your growing, things that you would need to survive with. And he said he would take any form of silver as long as it could be proven as silver. Well, I asked him, I said, well, how would you prove it's silver? Just from the generic person, just walking in. He said, well, man, it's very simple. He goes, I have a magnet. And I said, do you have a magnet slide or just a magnet? And he said, just a magnet. I said, well, magnets don't always tell you what you need to know. And here is why I say that. Look at this, guys. This right here is a magnet slide. This right here is something that I bought. It's a beautiful piece of a handmade work. I bought this right here from a fellow YouTuber, fellow stacker. And this right here came from Silver Game of Thrones. I want to show you guys something. If I had these two sitting side by side, would you honestly know which one was real and which one wasn't? Especially if you wasn't a standard silver collector. I mean, look at them, guys. Would you? The average person really wouldn't. The average person would look at them and be like, yeah, they're both silver. Or no, they're both not silver, but they look good. So, I'm going to show you guys how these things actually work. I'm going to zoom out here just for a second. Okay, y'all ready? Just watch. Okay, so this is a real silver piece. See how slow that slides down? Okay. Now, here is a fake. Watch. Y'all see that? Let me do that again. You see how fast that slides? The old man told me that a magnet would tell if that was real or not. But that's not necessarily true. Look. See? No magnet will pick up on it. I don't care how you do it. A magnet will not hold it. But a magnet slide will tell you the difference. Look. See? That is the difference, guys. A magnet slide, something that simple, can tell you if something is real or not. Look at that. So, with that being said, you need to have a way to tell and to prove to people that what you have is the real deal and that they will not settle for any fakes. Do not let yourself be scammed into any fakes. So, moving on, I would like to ask you guys a simple question. And this one is going to be something that's going to have to hit you at the core. And only you can answer this. Okay, so I'm going to move this little beauty out of the way, because I don't want to damage it. This right here. If you don't know what that is 1 quart of homemade tomato sauce that was grown in the garden that my wife and I just finished up at the end of last month. And we are still in the process of doing. So, all these stackers out there always say stack, stack, stack. But let me explain something to you guys. What's worth more? What's worth more? These 2 ounces of silver and these 3/4, or this 1 jar? Seriously, think about it. What is worth more? This jar of tomato sauce is worth more than all of this silver, in my opinion. Do you know why I say that? I cannot eat this silver. If I go into a store and there's only a finite amount of resources, this being food, this is one of them, I don't care how much silver or how much gold you have, you cannot eat what you have. You have to purchase or grow your own food. You need to have your priorities straight, guys. Especially nowadays, people are getting crazy. Look what they do with toilet paper. We're about to hit a stage 2 of this bull crap. Think about this. All of the long-term shelf food is gone, or was gone in my local area. It took it almost a month to come back. My wife and I and the kids all prepare long-term foods. We grow it, we can it, we save it. That's just what we do. Then once we have our shelves stocked, then we go back to doing this right here. This right here is what keeps our bank account full. This right here is what keeps our bellies full. We all need to understand the difference. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is, before you start stacking this and you keep saying that this right here is $100 an ounce, $200 an ounce, you need to wager how many ounces that you're going to need to spend on a jar of food. Because if you look at what's going on overseas, or if you look at what's going on in South America, especially look at Venezuela, look at what those people spend for a loaf of bread. Look what they spend for meat. Look what the women do for food. Look what they do to feed their babies. It's not a pretty picture, guys. I don't know if you've ever been outside of this country, but I'm here to tell you, people get desperate and they will do desperate things. So only you can figure out what is worth more. A full belly or a full wallet. So I'll leave you with that little thing to ponder. Now let's get back to this beautiful, beautiful coin right here. So this is the third coin of the set. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on that lid. And I want to show you guys this. Show you guys the box first. Ooh, I'm going to zoom out. That's real close. So this is the box. This box is really hardcore. It looks just like the old machines, man. Look at that. So, that's that. That's the inside where your coin goes. I'm trying to get it. There it is. You can see where the coin slides in at. The coin itself. Mortal Kombat. 1 ounce. 3 nines fine silver. And on the back is the Queen's effigy from the Isle of Niue, $2, 2020, Elizabeth II. And I'm here to tell you guys, this thing is one of my favorites. But like I said, this coin right here, to me, fit the reason of today and what's going on around us. Here's the bottom of the coin, as you guys can see. There's only 2020. Oh, that's funny, I never noticed that before, guys. 2,020 pieces. Here's what the box base looks like. And once you put the coin in, you slide her down and you slide it over top, and that's it. And that's how it's stored, just like that. And this little beauty, man, like I said, it's one of my favorites, and I think it actually suits the climate of today. I have the second coin in this set, which is the Tetris one, and I am currently looking for the first one, which is, oh, what's the name of that coin? I forgot. Space Invaders. It's the anniversary release. Downside to it is, that coin right now is such a premium that to get it, it's going to cost me probably 3 or 4 times what the coin was originally going to price. But to me, it's going to be worth it once I get the set. So that coin's going now for about 300 bucks when you could have bought it for 75 new. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that thought. What's better for you? A full belly or a full bank account? Because once you have your shelves full, then you should be able to start focusing on this. Just food for thought. You guys have a good night.